almost shifting. We got pizza, moving boxes, or else Checkers beats us. Life is rough here in the depths of space. If shit set comes a-knocking, we shoot them in the face. Gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, hail cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. Alright, I got another verse. I hear a boy coming right in my instance, and it just asks me why I blew them all away. But I feel so great now with sovereign Cargonia. Every round we stand our ground. Gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. Hail Cargonia, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. Hail Cargonia, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo.
Get back to work.
Doctor Who's cooking? Doctor Who's cooking something up with meat. So make a food, baby. A shit the pan, maybe. We could make another cursing recipe. We got a hot pot of beans and an order to fill. And I know beach space ain't got any chill. So Italian soda pop and spicy for me. If you wanna learn good noms and hang around and see, say hey, who's cooking? Doctor Who's cooking? Doctor Who's cooking something up for thee? And eggplant.
Okay, there we go. Because, son of a bitch. Yes, we're supporting local sports team. This is a jersey I got as a free giveaway for going to a game. It's green, so it's my Green Day thing. I bought this. It's got a shamrock. It's got that. It's a neat little hat. I like it. But this is the best hat. Yes, it's official player. It is official player shenanigans on field hat. Now I'm in uniform. Now there's something that I need to do. I know I'm a day late, but hey, my new work schedule is what my new work schedule is. Family needs to adapt to the new work schedule. I need to adapt to the new work schedule. plus everything else involving in a holiday. So I apologize for being late for St. Patrick's Day. But we are all here now, so we can celebrate. Gonna get myself a little finger of whiskey. Till more do. Everybody drink responsibly. Know your limits. Do not be an idiot. There we go. And that's now absolutely fucked up. Okay, that's fine. It's better. And I raise a toast to Ireland. Sheena fine file a taffy allegaran Windar slu ar twinder anig win Falvoid versir shan shir da shin shir fasta Niag far van shir a na van troil a nacht a hem sa barna well legan ar gel kun bash no sail legan a straight free lamak na bile shan lip kani goran am fin. Irish National Anthem. Sláinte. Now let's make the most American dish I can think of. That song, Aranam Fin, is the, translated into English, is the soldier song. One of, because it's quite controversial, and I'm not going to broach into it. One of the national anthems of Ireland. I say one of because while it is a great source of Irish national pride, some people think that having a rebel song as your national anthem is a little, shall we say, not kosher. Speaking of kosher, do you all know the reason why it is corned beef? Do you know why it is corned beef and not, say, boiled bacon like the traditional in good old Erin? Also, I just realized that I don't have any music going. Yes, Night Owl, because New York Jewish delicatessens. So the traditional sláinte. The traditional food for St. Patrick's Day for most of the let's put you over here. For most of Irish history, for the peasantry, is I need scissors. boiled bacon, cabbage, and potatoes. Why? Well, because some very not nice neighbors kept stealing all of their beef and saying, hey, you Catholics can't have anything nice. It's neither here nor there. And when an incident happened, and I wasn't expecting it to get so bright, most of the potatoes died, and a lot of Irish citizens emigrated. A lot of them landed in New York and all of that jazz. So I've got 3 pounds. A little bit more of that juice. They landed in New York. And one cultural group already established in New York were European Jews. And what is something that, Digi, I think you might be able to answer this for us. What is something that you can't eat? That is a staple part of the Irish peasantry's diet. Circa the Irish potato famine. That's right, pork. Yes. So, the only place that these Irish immigrants could get, I need to work on this, could get their meat was from Jewish delis. So they didn't have pork. So the next cheapest, closest thing that they could get is corned beef. That's why St. Patrick's Day in America is more corned beef and cabbage, but if you go over to Ireland, they're just like, you must be American. How'd you know? Because corned beef was a little too expensive for the Irish citizenry because of some neighborly trauma up until recently. I need a knife. And thus, corned beef and cabbage. So, how y'all doing? Let me get some music going. Hey, I started early enough. We're gonna be fine. Again, thank you, Mr. Ducks, for providing the soundtrack to today's shenanigans. Oh no, Zenith! I am sorry. I hope it wasn't anything unexpected. And that everything is about as fine as it can be. Ugh. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is an absolutely hilarious endeavor for me because we have so much leftovers. It's not even funny, but it is St. Patrick's Day, and I must cook. Oh my lord. That is wildly sad. I am sorry, Zenith. I very much am. Although I know the sympathies of an internet stranger aren't worth much. But as a fellow human being, I recognize that that is a very much no bueno situation. And I offer you and your family all of the internet hugs and well wishes that some random chucklefuck on the internet can give, with whatever meaning you attach to that. I hope that everyone can grieve and celebrate the life together. All right. Also, gotta ask, how many people ask you to say 44? That's honestly the first time anyone's asked me that. So, one. Why do I need to say 44? Is this just you wanting to hear me say 44? It's an accent thing. Okay. What the hell kind of St. Louis accent? How? What's the what's the particulars about saying 44? Do I say 44 weird? Am I supposed to say it like 44? 33rd and 3rd. It's like, I know that people say, it's like, oh, I don't have an accent because they live in and around the same accent. So it's just like, I know that I need to be like, oh yes, I have a very milquetoast Midwestern accent. But it's like, it doesn't sound any weird to me, so I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. Like in some place can't say Aaron earned an iron urn. Digi, you are fine. Here I am just peeling carrots. How's it going, Diggs? Oh, everybody! This weekend is Wbpl76 anniversary. We have been on air for 4 years? We don't know if there's going to be a big celebration, but thank you so much, everybody, for your support throughout the years and your continued viewership in the future. Alrighty. Oh, thank you, random viewer, for asking me how I'm doing. If you, for paying attention to past comments and about how I had just started my new position at my work. Thank you for putting an interest in my personal life. Yeah, just got promoted. And have a new position at a new store. So the store that I left is a truck stop. I just left a busy truck stop where we do at most, or at minimum, 900 transactions a shift. I have been on shifts where we have 1,200. We do about $6,000-7,000 worth of revenue a shift. My first shift at my new store, I almost fell asleep. We did 550 transactions and $4,000 in revenue. I was so bored. No, the clerks I had basically ran the shift themselves. I just checked people out. my god. There was about like a 30-minute period when no customers came into the store. I'm just like, the hell's going on? Where are all of the people? But then I realize that this is going to be a very good store for me to learn everything that needs to be learned as the next level manager. And nail down my particular leadership style, carrot tax. God, I love carrots. Well, that shouldn't have happened. But what this means for y'all was that I am no longer streaming on Mondays. Big sad face, but I'm no longer streaming on Mondays. I am going to attempt to be having my variety stream on Tuesdays. Yesterday was a little bit of a shit show, I admit. But it is what it is, and next year, month, week, everything is going to be the normal schedule, with normal things happening. At normal times. Digiman brings up a fun history fact. Carrots. The myth that carrots are good for your eyes is counterintelligence brought on by World War II to disguise the invention of radar. You see, there were some bad things happening about 1939 to 1934, 35. Lots of bad people doing very bad things to each other. And lots of very rapid military advancements happening very shortly because of said bad things bad people were doing to each other. So, when people noticed that that the Brits were shooting down lots of night raids from German Luftwaffe, they're just like, oh, how's that doing? And they're just like, well, our fighters eat a lot of carrots, and carrots are good for your eyes, said the War Department. And also a two-pronged attempt to encourage victory gardens, where they encouraged British citizenry to grow root vegetables at home, such as turnips, such as potatoes, such as carrots, various things that you could grow for yourself that grow in abundance and are very good for you. This is also where carrot cake comes from. Interestingly enough, so the British public is told, oh, carrots help your eyes and help you see better at night. Cool. So the British public starts growing and consuming more more carrots. I'm sorry. Carrots become widely popular. Rations hit. Sugar is waving this knife around next to my face like a madman. Proprioception, baby. I know where my body is in relationship to myself. Apparently plants also have proprioception. Who knew? Samurai, you are not technically wrong. And I hate that. I hate that you are not technically wrong. Anyway, rations hit, and various things are limited. One of these things is sugar. I believe at the time, that's not a good potato. Let's just cut out the bad bit. One of the things is sugar. I believe at the time one of the most popular things to do to get sugar is sugar beets. However, when you are converting to a wartime economy and need to support troops, those troops need very high calorie dense food. And what is something that you can do to make things more high calorie dense? Put lots of sugar in it. Give them lots of energy. So a lot of the sugar and unnecessary, at least to the public, food essentials, groceries, were limited, such as beef and meat and flour and sugar. And when you make a cake, you need sugar and flour and milk and eggs, and those things were being requisitioned for the war effort. Look at me doing a St. Patrick's Day stream talking about World War II. I love it. But, anyway, ever intrepid British public, because they want their cakes, thought, how can we make cakes with less sugar, flour, eggs than we are used to? And someone, I don't know who, had the thought, hey, wait a minute, there's lots of sugar in carrots. What if we replace the sugar in cake with carrots? Oh, what's this? The sugar also, or the carrots also have starch and provide a structure to this cake? Sweet. Thus, carrot cake became a very popular dessert treat. I think I need to add a bit more water to this. Let's flip it around. And lower it to some sort of simmer. All right. I need some water. No. I need caffeine. Remember, folks, do not mix your stimulants and your depressants unless you are responsible. Are you washing? There you go. Ugh, Christ. Let's make some bread. You sentenced me to hydration. How dare you? Oh man, this is the worst thing ever. I'm so upset. I'm gonna have to imbibe H2O, which my body is about roughly 60%. When I was a Boy Scout, I went to an event with troops all over the country. And one of the troops had a marching cadence that went a little something like, what do we want? Clear pee. How do we get it? Drink lots of water. Teenagers, ladies and gentlemen. Teenagers.
Damn.
Alright, let's make some bread. I need to get myself one of these books. Like for myself, not borrow my parents' books. I love it. This is a very good book. It is also not mine. So what are we going to make? We are making an Irish soda bread. Soda here does not refer to pop, carbonated beverage, or a fizzy drink, depending on your accent. Or if you're one of those weird old people, phosphates. Irish soda bread is a quick bread. What is a quick bread? Quick breads are breads that use chemical leaveners, not yeast as a leavener. So pancakes, biscuits, stuff like that. You remember the conversation we had when I made cheeseburger pie, comparing Bisquick to pancake batter because it all had the same chemical leaveners in it, you know? That's soda. That is baking soda. Sodium bicarbonate. And that's where quick breads get their rising agent from. So I am going to put this right here. Going to put this right here. I need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm gonna have to look at thrift stores, UNC Samurai. So, 1 cup of flour. A little bit less than 2 cups. Yeah, that's close enough. So, I also need baking powder and baking soda, which are right here. So the end result of baking soda versus quick breads versus normal leavened breads. Excuse me. Is the same kind of deal. The release of carbon dioxide to introduce air pockets into the mixture. A little bit of floof powder. And some floof soda. The end result is the same. The release of carbon dioxide to give structure and form to the loaf. In leavened breads, it is from the yeast consuming sugars and farting out carbon dioxide. In quick breads, it is a chemical reaction of the sodium bicarbonate breaking down into salt and CO2. and a little bit of calcium. That's where carbon, yes. One of the two of them has some carbon in it. Calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is what seashells are made of. What am I looking at for in here? Butter. I need butter. We are having a good time, having a good time, meditating. Don't stop me, don't stop me, ooh, ooh. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Calcium carbonate is also one of the staple ingredients in antacids. Yes, it is. It is also one of the ingredients in all of that alkaline water, in which I think its only real benefit to society is just basically having your Tums and your antacids pre-mixed into water. Like, all of that alkaline water, pH balanced water, I don't think it has really any health benefit unless you have acid reflux and are thirsty. Then again, this is me just having an opinion on the internet. My opinion could be worth complete ass. Alright, so I cut that butter in. We're gonna do a little bit of pastry mixing. Just grabbing a fork and just kind of cutting the butter in. Or I could attempt to use this thing. And then, because both of these seem to be taking up a terribly long amount of time, what I like to do is, because my hands are clean, I'm just going to get in here and just crumble the butter. What we are doing here is we are doing something called cutting the butter in. And what this does is it's a pastry thing more than anything. And it is all about incorporating solid butter into a dough. One thing I know is if you are trying to get layers on your pastry, you do not want your butter to be liquid. You want it to be solid and smooth. But that is fun. Oh, no, absolutely. Zyme, this is why I was saying that the only real advantage of a pH balanced water is you basically already have the Tums mixed in. So it probably goes down easier than an antacid. And you're also hydrating yourself. So if you're having acid reflux, getting a smart water or a core or anything like that isn't necessarily the worst thing. If you have constant acid reflux, it's probably not the worst thing to drink. But for general hydration, just get yourself some fucking tap water, guys. Jesus Christ, you do not need to be spending all of that money on fancy fucking water. One egg. See you later, Zenith. Go be an adult. I need my Dijon Mountain spring water from Mars. Now we need 3/4 a cup of buttermilk or sour milk. What the hell is sour milk? Add some lemon juice and vinegar to some milk, get it slightly curdled. So it's like what buttermilk is it's slightly acidic milk. I can't recall if it's the leftovers of butter or the thing that you use to get butter. But the acid in this is going to react with the baking soda to release all of that carbon dioxide and get the leavening. This is why it's called a soda bread. Okay, so it is a butter byproduct. My hands are full of dough. I'm having fun. Zyme, how do you know? It can't be because it's happened to you multiple times before and you keep having to learn the lesson violently and messily. Can't be because of that, right? All right, let's get this stuff off my hands. So you don't want to overwork a soda bread. It is not the kind of bread that requires lots of gluten. All we're doing here is we're just making sure that everything is mixed up, everything is kind of put in together. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Forming it into a ball. There we go. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to set my oven to 375. I have no idea what that is in proper units, but in freedom units, 375 Fahrenheit. Over here, I have a corned beef brisket going. And I'm going to turn around. Ah! We're going to put this right there. Now, if I had some sugar in the raw, that, like, cane sugar, that, oh, butter, missed the bowl. If I had some cane sugar, I'd put that on here. I was worried that there hadn't been some screaming on the channel for a few hours. Get gluten. Get just enough gluten. is important. It is vitally important to play with your bread. All right. That's that. Now, we need another egg. This is actually going to be a very good time to transition into the other half of this because it is 10:20. And I haven't really had anything to eat today. And you all can read, I hope, the other side of the title down at the bottom of the stream. We're going to make some breakfast. So I'm going to get some eggs right here. It's such a good cookbook, is it not, Silver? Does cane sugar imply the existence of Abel sugar? So, ladies and gentlemen, I have about a slug or so. I had a confection experiment that turned out well. Took a raw honeycomb, cut it up into small pieces, dredged dark chocolate all over it, encasing it in sticky goodness. First time doing it, they looked like butts, but they taste amazing. Woo! That sounds great! I do not mean for that to sound sarcastic or anything, but that actually sounds really good. Anyway, what I was saying, I have a slug of buttermilk left over. And I'm not going to be using it for anything really. But how many gift subs is that worth to you all? How many subs do I have to solicit from you all to drink that? Meanwhile, I'm discussing trying to drink buttermilk and you all are completely ignoring me. I'm trying to solicit engagement and donations. Eat a carrot. I know we have bacon. Right here. Lovely. Well, you guys do not advise drinking the buttermilk. I don't care. I got 5 gift subs. It actually tastes pretty okay, you know? Like, it's kind of weird, but it's fine. All right, we're gonna cut up some bacon so that it fits into a pan. Hello. Need my scissors. I don't know, I kind of like the taste of buttermilk. In moderation. But it's alright, you know? It's milk. Yes, that's enough bacon. Let's get it back. And refresh ourselves with some breakfast beer. Remember, folks, drink responsibly. Slancha. All I really want to do is just cut it in half. Now, we're gonna get some pancake mix, or Bisquick, or flour with leaveners already added to it. Ooh, okay. Oops, sour milk coming back to bite me in the ass. We're gonna make a lot of pancakes. I mean, it's not unhealthy to drink. It's just not normal. And now we need 2.5 cups of water. Bizyme. Or bingo zyme. Yeah, it's just milk. Alright, so my oven is up to temperature. This loaf is time to go in there. Hey Google, 35-minute timer, please.
Sure.
Yes?
35 minutes.
Hi. There we go. Okay. So ostensibly, I sing on these streams, right? Oh, come tell me, Sean O'Farrell, why? Tell me why you hurry so. Hushmabuckle, hush and listen, and his cheeks were all aglow. I bear orders from the captain, get you ready quick and soon. For the pikes must be together at the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. For the pikes must be together at the rising of the moon. Oh, then tell me, Sean O'Farrell, where the gathering is to be. At the old spot by the river, quite well known to you and me. One more word for signal token, whistle out the marching tune. With your pike upon your shoulder by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. With your pike upon your shoulder by the rising of the moon. Out from many a mud wall cabin, eyes were watching through the night. Many a manly heart was beating for the blessed warning light. Murmurs passed along the valleys like the banshee's lonely croon, and 1,000 blades were flashing by the rising of the moon. At the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. And 1,000 blades were flashing at the rising of the moon. There beside the singing river, that dark mass of men were seen. Far above their shining weapons hung their own beloved green. Death to every foe and traitor, forward strike the marching tune. And hurrah me, boys, for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. 'Tis the rising of the moon, 'tis the rising of the moon. And hurrah me, boys, for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. And, well, they fought for poor old Ireland, and full bitter was their fate. Oh, what glorious pride and sorrow was fills the name of 98. Yet thank God, even still our beating hearts and manhoods. Yet thank God, in still our beating hearts and burning noon. Who would follow in their footsteps at the rising of the moon? Is the rising of the moon, it's the rising of the moon. Who would follow in their footsteps at the rising of the moon? I like that one. Again, a rebel song. I need a flipper. I need to learn more Irish folk songs. Let's get prepared. We've got everything ready. What am I missing? I'm missing something. I don't have everything ready. What am I? I'm missing a scoop. I need a third cup. There we go. All right, what time is it? 10:30. Yeah, let's add the vegetables to this. So the traditional method is fork tender. Does it slide off? Well, I mean it did, but I have technology. Swing, sparkle, sparkle. $1.18. All right, let's turn you up just a little bit. Give that another 30-ish minutes. All right, let's grab. Oh no. Oh me, oh my. I may have to change my personal plans, ducks, and come visit you sooner than later. Another one that I like. As I was going over the far-famed Kenny Mountains, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced my pistol, I then produced my rapier, said stand and deliver, for I am a bold deceiver, mush-a-ring-dum-a-doo-dum-a-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I counted out his money, and it made a pretty penny. I put it in my pocket, and I brought it home to Jenny. She said and swore she said and she swore that she never would deceive me. But devil take the woman, for they never can be easy. Mush-a-ring-dum-a-doo-dum-a-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I went into my chamber, all for to take a slumber. I dreamt of gold and jewels, and for sure it was no wonder. But Jenny took my charges, and she filled 'em up with water, then sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. Mush-a-ring-dum-a-doo-dum-a-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. It was early in the morning, as I rose up for travel. The gods were all around, and more likewise was Captain Farrell. I first produced me pistol, for she stole away my rapier, but I couldn't shoot the water, so a prisoner I was taken. Mush-a-ring-dum-a-doo-dum-a-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. If anyone can aid me, it's my brother in the army. If I can find his station down in Cork or in Killarney, and if he'll come and save me, we'll go roving near Kilkenny, and I swear he'll treat me better than me darling sportling Jenny. Mush-a-ring-dum-a-doo-dum-a-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Now some men take delight in the drinking and the roving, but others take delight in the gambling and the smoking. But I take delight in the juice of the barley, and courting pretty maids in the morning bright and early. Mush-a-ring-dum-a-doo-dum-a-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I like singing. I like singing. I hope you enjoyed this musical interlude brought to you by Doctor Who's the Chef. Speaking of, let's take another finger. Slancha. I don't suppose there's a wee bit wet of anything in the house. Help yourself with the buttermilk. The buttermilk. I love music a lot. Music is a way that... Music is a way that a culture can sell itself to the world. It can bring itself into a wider public consciousness and transmit ideas and concepts and histories to a wider audience in easier vehicles. that's at 170. I'm going to put you down at 2. And we're adding in the vegetables. This is how I was taught and how I insist that corned beef and cabbage is made. Just boiled beef and vegetables in that broth. It's easy, it's simple, and it doesn't take no muss or fuss. Okay. Just trying to get everything in here. And that gets a lid and will reduce. Anyway, music is a way to just share ideas in super easy and manageable times. So many cultural songs maintain I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger traveling through this world of woe, and there's no sickness, toil, or danger in that wide world I'm going through. I'm going home to see my brother. It's a slave song. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Those came to me more along the lines of like my immediate thing. Those songs came about as a way for illiterate, uneducated slaves to, no way around that, to transmit ideas on escape and hope and freedom to the other slaves. So transmitting ideas. Here in America, all of our indigenous populations across the world, but the American native populations chants and songs that are critically endangered and that we need to understand and represent and preserve. As a white person, I think the genocide of the American indigenous population is an absolute tragedy. There goes my pancake. Shows me paying attention. Too much whiskey in that jar. But transmits ideas and a cultural history. It is how oral histories are sent down from generation to generation. Beowulf, the Iliad, the Odyssey, the Homeric epics were spoken word. They were not written down. They were bardic performances by an orator and taught orally and transmitted orally. Songs are important. Songs transmit a culture and a life and a history that spoken word and written word can't really emulate. A pantomime for Swing Low that was delightfully crude. Yeah, that's all right. I almost put the plastic on the hot pan. I'm not all there. Hey, Rail. Hey, Rail. What is today's pun of the day? Please share with the class. What is today's pun of the day? Hello, Friendaloo. That's a good one. The histories by Herodotus were originally oral speeches later written down. In fact, I do believe this is oft used as an example of of the older generations disparaging the new technology of the young, but I believe Socrates was against writing his works down. He thought that his students would spend so much time reading and writing they would not have time to debate and orate. Literally, Socrates was against writing stuff down. I'm not kidding. He thought it would decrease people's ability to debate. Technically, he predated brain rot when everything which is hysterical. Sounds reasonable to a certain depth. Oh God, he did. The idea of the history of idea transmission methodology amongst enslaved populations is as fascinating as it is tragic. I always liked how Afro-Brazilians disguised martial arts as dance with capoeira. For this invention will produce forgetfulness in the minds of those who learn to use it because they will not practice their memory. Their trust in writing, produced by external characters, which are no part of themselves, will discourage the use of their own memory within them. You have invented an elixir not of memory, but of reminding, and you offer your pupils the appearance of wisdom, not true wisdom. For they will read many things without instruction, and will therefore seem to know. Socrates. God, I love history. Writing doesn't necessarily help you truly comprehend what he was saying. It just helps you remember what he said. But this is why bards and troubadours were so valued. This is why bards and troubadours were so valued during times when mass education and literacy rates were not widespread. They knew the songs and the stories and could go from village to village, from tavern to tavern, from household to household, and transmit cultural stories through song and dance and performance. Troubadours and bards were modern day TikTok. Let's just fucking equate it. They were medieval mass history, or mass media. So having someone, even the bards were probably illiterate. They just knew the spoken word as they were trained. It's like Warhammer 40K with the rights of the maintenance canticles, the maintenance canticles, the rites of activations, so shrouded in mystery and dogma and tradition that at some point during it they press the on button or kick the particularly sensitive spot in a particularly necessary way that all of a sudden it starts up. They are doing the thing to start it up, but they don't understand the thing that starts it up. I don't know. A cheat. Melt margarine in a skillet and then cook the pancake in heart margarine. You will have the butter flavor you want without having to put on a pancake. This means you don't have to butter your pancake and make them soggy. A non-soggy butter pancake. Charlie Randall started doing this on a whim, and now it's our new normal. I don't know. People, places, and things are weird. Oh no! We have almost 10 new subs. But back to Irish folk songs and the slave songs and everything. I think despite my opinions on modern song making. Modern pop songs will be useful for generations down the line to show what kind of things we as a culture valued or listened to or had an idea of our things. It pains me to think that WAP might be studied in a historical, archaeological, anthropological setting. That pains me. But it's going to be it's going to be the future. It's going to happen. Please don't tell me that we shall be judged on Rihanna's magnum opus birthday cake. I love a classic. Play Sabotage. Oh! Speaking of classics, operas! Operas and musicals are such a great way for culture and history to be disseminated. Yes, they are dramatized and embellished, and Wagner is probably single-handedly responsible for putting into the cultural zeitgeist for generations that Vikings wore horns. Vikings did not wear horns. There is no archaeological evidence that Vikings ever wore horned helms in combat. It is exclusively a product of Wagner trying to, as a stage set dressing, differentiate that these helmeted men's are different than these helmeted men's. Or, if Vikings and Norse ever did wear horned helms, it was in a ceremonial, ritualistic purpose. Where I'm going with this, about music keeping a culture alive, on this Irish episode, I know, is, have you ever heard of a musical group called Halung? If you've ever seen the meme, it's a meme along the lines of Shakespeare, the original Klingon. The meme is every Roman gangsta till the trees start speaking Gaelic. Any good musical worth their salt has songs hold narrative weight. Why the remake of Mulan fell on its ass. Yes, preach. It's why Phantom of the Opera. It's why The Sound of Music. It's why Les Miserables. Why many of those are so well regarded. It's reading Proto-Germanic. Yes, Halung is a experimental group brought about by one gentleman who I believe was trying to revive Proto-Germanic Gallic tattoo styles and tattoo history. And the only history he could find were written Roman accounts of, like, Caesar's campaigns in Gaul about Gallic history. And that it's not necessarily the most flattering of histories. So he tried to deconstruct any and all historical documents and came up with a group called Hela, which is a Proto-Germanic word meaning healing. And his show is crazy. Super impressive. History is written by those who write, yes. Such a good show. It's on YouTube. Both of them. That is the one with all of the gentlemen in with their swords and spears, with the strobing light in the background. That's the bit where it's every Roman gangsta till the trees start speaking Gallic. But his idea for Heilung was to revive and educate the public on what... hey, stop! A Proto-Germanic Gallic culture could have been. And he transmitted these ideas through song. This is why song is such an important part of cultural history. Look at this bread. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons? You're the saddest bunch I've ever met, but you can bet before we're through, somehow I'll make a man out of you. So many cultural ideas set in that musical number and that montage. There's a reason why it's memorable, but I'm only 4. Dodge! Hey, Dad. You want some breakfast? I got pancake, bacon, and eggs for you.
Sure.
Oh.
What a guy.
You want butter and
Oh yeah.
syrup?
Yes. Thank you.
No, like... Ring, 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 banana phone. Songs also bring people together. I refer you to, what is it? The World, was it the World Aid concert where they had all of the big names in the same room together, and then all of a sudden they all just start singing, "Hey, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana, daylight come and me wanna go home." Like, everyone in that room knew that song because knew that song, and it brought everyone together. Oh, we say oh. Daylight come and me wanna go home. You know, like, songs are fundamental, I think, to the human experience. That was a little early to flip. I have not tried the Babish buttermilk pancake recipe, but I have buttermilk, and I love trying new things. Hello, Zurich. Let's see how my corned beef and cabbage is doing. It's doing. Alright. Let's try and do a thing. Right. Water's hot. Alright, in an attempt to get the vegetables cooked in a reasonable amount of time, I'm doing something to them.
Seriously?
What's up?
Turn the flame down. Shouldn't be licking the sides of the pot like that.
It's alright. And I've got the brisket over here, just keeping warm. There we go. What song, Dr. Barron, do you wish for me to sing? New job is doing very good. I was so bored I almost fell asleep. Freestyle one about tasty calories. I sing songs, I don't make songs. I don't know how to begin to freestyle a song for you. All right. Hello, Dad.
Hello. Thank you.
No worries. All right. Is there a 5,000 goob redeem? Is there a 5,000 goob redeem? Choose my mech. All right. If it's active, go ahead. If it's active, go ahead, redeem. Ah. No redeem for you. I break. Are you having fun? All right, that's enough. All right, fine. Doctor is credit to stream. Pet the pancakes. Pet, 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 pet. What shenanigans have I wrought upon this world? Hey everybody, we here in the stream. We getting some breakfast with eggs and bacon. We got some we got pancakes, eggs, bacon, and cheese. We got beef on the range. First, scrambled up some bacon, added some cheese, cooked it till it's really nice, just and soft. Bacon just barely crispy there. Pancakes perfectly golden brown. Ain't got no OJ, got some beer. Got some water to keep things clear. Fuck, I don't know. Oh, y'all are freaking weird. Alright, let's have some eggs. Okay, I actually do approve of cheesy eggs. Paul Wynn, thank you for your first time chat. Hello, hello, welcome to the stream. Can someone please do the do the Discord things? Speaking of, who said that? I come to you live from the NYC subway. Samurai. United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, El Salvador, too, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Venezuela, Honduras, Guyana, and still Guatemala, Bolivia, then Argentina, and Ecuador, Chile, Brazil, Costa Rica, Belize, Nicaragua, Bermuda, Bahamas, Tobago, San Juan, Paraguay, Uruguay, Suriname, French Guiana, Barbados, and Guam. Norway and Sweden, and Iceland and Finland, and Germany now in one piece. Switzerland, Austria, Czechoslovakia, Italy, Turkey and Greece, Poland, Romania, Scotland, Albania, Ireland, Russia, Oman, Bulgaria, Saudi Arabia, Hungary, Cyprus, Iraq, and Iran. There's Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jordan, both Yemen's, Kuwait, and Bahrain. The Netherlands, Luxembourg, Belgium, and Portugal, France, England, Denmark, and Spain. Burundi, Lesotho, and Malawi, Togo, the Spanish Sahara is gone. Niger, Nigeria, Chad and Liberia, Egypt, Benin and Gabon, Tanzania, Somalia and Kenya and Bali, Sierra Leone and Algeria, Dahomey, Namibia, Senegal, Libya, Cameroon, Congo, Zaire, Ethiopia, Guinea-Bissau, Madagascar, Rwanda, Myanmar, Hong Kong, Abu Dhabi, Qatar. Fucking hell. I used to know this by heart. India, Pakistan, Burma, Afghanistan, Thailand, Nepal, Bhutan, Cambodia, Malaysia, then Bangladesh, Asia, and China, Korea, Japan, Mongolia, Laos, and Tibet, Indonesia, the Philippines, Islands, Taiwan, Sri Lanka, New Guinea, Sumatra, New Zealand, then Borneo and Vietnam, Tunisia, Morocco, Uganda, Angola, Zimbabwe, Djibouti, Botswana, Mozambique, Zambia, Swaziland, Gambia, Guinea, Algeria, Ghana. Burundi, Lesotho, and Malawi, Togo to the Spanish Sahara is gone. Niger, Nigeria, Chad and Liberia, Egypt, Benin and Gabon, Tanzania, Somalia, and Kenya and Mali, Sierra Leone and Algeria, Dahomey, Namibia, Senegal, Libya, Cameroon, Congo, Zaire, Ethiopia, Guinea-Bissau, Madagascar, Rwanda, Mayor, and Gabon, Hong Kong, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Yugoslavia, Crete, Mauritania, then Transylvania, and Monaco, Liechtenstein, Malta, and Palestine, Fiji, Australia, Sudan. Yes, Paul 4 win. Welcome to the Wbpl76, the streaming arm of the BPL. Here we are a bunch of idiots who do a bunch of different things. My name is Doctor Who's the Chef. I cook, And I sing. I also play video games. I also paint. I also build Legos. We have a very big variety of things here on the channel that might interest you. We have people who play all sorts of different video games. From JRPGs to action RPGs to MMORPGs to Duck Pond Simulator. We have people who paint both miniatures and digitally. We also have someone who writes, and we are collectively writing an RPG setting, an RPG sci-fi setting called Shoal, full of mer people who drive coral-built mecha. Don't ask. It's awesome. How the hell did I find an SS13 streamer in the food section? Because we do everything. This is a community access, public access television station. We have over 30, 40 streamers. No more questions. I break your clams. We have over 30 or 40 streamers who all have a variety of talents and qualities that they bring to the channel. Just a group of friends who like hanging out, man. I'm trying to correct my back. Oh, Paul. Oh, Paul. Oh, Paul. Oh, Paul. Oh, Paul. So, for this last year, we had the BPL meetup. Where we all went down to this compound somewhere in Texas. And over 60 of us all stayed on the property. It essentially was a cult. It essentially was a compound. We are legally not a cult. Anyway. Cults get tax breaks. Alright. How are you doing in here? Let's get that going a little bit. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'm back. Hello. Just wait for ButtBot to start his own crypto. Bacon. I did wash my hands. I will wash them again on camera just for you. Grundle coin. Alrighty, so pancake mix pancakes with maple syrup. Good. Doesn't Wide Tom? I thought Wide Tom controls the Fartonium. Tom's also a filthy light mode user. Like every time we see him in the chat rooms, he's just blinding us. Why do we even have that mode? I posted a meme in response to a Reddit post about Dune 3, and people are just like, this doesn't jive, and I'm just like, it's a meme, dude. People are just like, that's a Guild Navigator tank. So the meme is can y'all see that? Benny Twi'lek slaps roof of axolotl tank. This bad boy can fit so many fucking Duncan's Idaho in it. If there's nothing left when I am done, then there's no evidence I was there. If there's no evidence I was there, then I was never there. Now reimburse me for my 25,415 LRMs as per our contract, and I'll be on my way. People brand stealth. Notice me, senpai. Do it. See what happens. I've read the books. I've also seen the movie. I know that that's a Guild Navigator from David Lynch's thing. I also know what a axolotl tank is, allegedly. I would rather fight one Duncan Idaho-sized duck, because 100 duck-sized Duncan Idahos still have the knowledge and power and martial artistry of Duncan Idaho. They are just smaller. There's an axolotl on the pink stairs. Should an axolotl really be there? If you ask an axolotl if they'll be back tomorrow, a penguin waddles in and then the axolotl's gone. There's an axolotl at the front door. Should an axolotl really be there? If you ask an axolotl if they'll be back tomorrow, a penguin waddles in and then the axolotl's gone. There's an axolotl on the lawn chair. Should an axolotl really be there? If you ask an axolotl if they'll be back tomorrow, a penguin waddles in and then they both sing you a song. Ribble, robble, axolotl, penguin bobble. Wibble, wobble, penguin bobble. We'll see you tomorrow. Patrick Stewart as Gurney Halleck was a good choice. It absolutely was. To sum up all of Dune, oops, all Duncans. You have no idea how reductive yet how correct that is. Rail, does it make an ass out of you and me? Maybe the real Dune was the Duncans we made along the way. Another one of the popular memes on that thread is Jason Momoa realizing that he's going to be doing Dune for the next 30 years. a feeling that he would do it for cost. You know? Oh, water. Dune, the Animoid series. Alright. This is done enough. Now we're just gonna let it rest for a little bit. A coworker told me he genuinely wanted me to explain to him as much as I could about Dune, so I made him a pot of coffee. Christopher Judge show up as Telek's son and he said, "Boy, how far did you get with only one pot? Where did you start? The Landstrat, the Emperor, Dune, and the Effective Spice? Honestly curious." He was curious about the worm, so I started at the silverfish. Explained all the way up to the synthetic melange, second time, not the first. He who controls the Duncans controls the universe. We just got a package. We just got a package. We just got a package. And it's from Lego. Floral frame, gift with purchase. What's in the box? Another box. Yes. The, Barcelonan Cathedral. If that's true, that's going to get crazy. The Trevi Fountain. Which is funny because I already own a Trevi Fountain. The small one. I'm looking forward to that. All right. The Benny Tlilax made the Duncans. Does that mean they de facto control the universe? We need this. We're gonna need this. Alrighty. Or how the God Emperor intentionally ruined spice production by making Dune a paradise. Yep. Lord Troa, I am going to find that 3-in-1 set. I know exactly where it is. I'm going to grab it on my way to my haircut. Against the grain. Then there's a whole bit about making prescience invisible strain of humanity and causing such lasting trauma in the whole species so as to cause a dysopria from which so no one could ever. Dune just gets weird. I am happy. I am so happy. Beef juice on the floor. Probably cook time. Ideally, I would have this cook for longer and slower. But I only have so much time. How are we doing in here? I'm saying for the sake of cooking live for a bunch of strangers on the internet, that's done. Ugh, fuck. Okay. Traditional corned meat, you got a corned pork, and then corned beef to New York and Irish. We talked about this zyme at the beginning of the stream. The history of why in America we have corned beef is because over in Ireland it's boiled bacon and potatoes, but over here it's corned beef because the only place that the Jewish immigrants could get meat was Jewish delis, or the Irish immigrants could get it only at Jewish delis. And Jews traditionally are not a fan of pork. Which means there's more bacon for the rest of us. My vegetables. All right. Later up. Are these potatoes cooked all the way through? Enough. They're on the cooked side of raw. Okay. Maybe the vegetables could have gone a little bit longer. But they're done. Ooh, that's hot. And where's my Kerrygold? Right here. Here's my Kerrygold. I have several potatoes. Alrighty, now for... I'm glad I didn't cut myself on that. The Kerrygold butter. Or the soda bread. My computer is classified as a deadly weapon in 13 countries. All right. Now, traditionally, part of the reason why it is scored, part of the reason why this is scored is so you can tear it apart and share it. It's not necessarily, due to its low gluten content, a slicing bread. It's a tearing bread. So, interesting note about Kerrygold butter. The idea that it is a superior butter is propaganda. When Kerrygold tried to enter the American market, they tried to advertise themselves as We are a superior bread. We have superior quality. It was all a lie. It was essentially a run-of-the-mill bread, butter. But it was a wildly successful campaign. And instead of just turning out the same product, they took all of that money, put it back into the bread, or into the butter, and actually made it a superior butter product. Anyway, we have soda bread. It's good bread. We have cabbage, potatoes, and carrots. They are on the just side of cooked. My favorite way to eat it. Is all of it all together. All right. I've got to eat. I've got to clean, and I've got to get going on with my day. Oh, my back is killing me. I thank you all for joining me here. I hope you all had a wonderful time. And the offer still stands. I'll feed all you fuckers. And I have fed some of you. Thank you, everybody, for showing up, hanging out. I didn't sing the Elements song like I was planning to, but Thank you, everybody, for hanging out today. I hope y'all had a wonderful time. Make something tasty. And I'll see y'all next Tuesday for Lego shenanigans, probably. Have a great day, and remember to hail Cargonia.
Hold on. And the stolen things obey the quartermaster, unless he's a ling. Miners don't die today. Cargo text push freight. Our enemies in disarray. All hail Cargonia.
Get back to work.